Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your favorite chef, your favorite blind chef, that is, Chef Rick. Now, today, what I want to tell you what we're working with today, we're working with eggplants. Eggplants is one of those vegetables where you either love it or you hate it. But there's a lot of wonderful dishes that is made with eggplants. And there's different types of eggplants. But for our recipe today, it's going to be eggplants with crispy chicken and vegetables. And then it's going to be drizzled with sour cream dill sauce. That sounds delicious. So let's get we always start off with a clean table because being visually impaired, you want to make sure that you have a table that's absolutely clear of everything. So what I normally do is I take my hand and I feel around it and to make sure that there's nothing on it. So before I start, it has to be clean. And then also there is no cross-contamination going on. So with that said, being visually impaired, you want to make sure that you always have somebody with vision. Because if you're using knives or anything and you're not comfortable with some of the things that we're going to be doing on here, you want to make sure you have a person with vision. So now, with that said, let's meet the players. All right, first, diced onions. It is one small onion, diced up small. Next, you have cranberries. You just got regular chopped cranberries, nothing special. Next, you have a half a cup of parsley. And we're going to show you what the parsley is going to be in a little later. Next, you have 3/4 of a cup of diced tomatoes to go into this. Right back on the back end is you have mushrooms. We have about a half a cup of mushrooms in there. And then let's meet the star of the show. The eggplant, if it sits there and cooperate. And then we have a pound of ground chicken, which is in the refrigerator right now. I'm not going to bring it out until we need it because I don't want no type of temperature abuse, which is when you take it out, put it back in, take it out, put it back in. So what I'm going to do is just leave it in there, and then I'm going to show you the pound of the ground chicken right before we start cooking. So let's get in the kitchen and let's process this up. Here goes a nice eggplant that was donated, which I appreciate people donating food to help out. And then also I want to say again, thank you. Now, this is a small eggplant. This is called the globe eggplant. And then you have the longer ones that are Japanese. Now, what we're going to do with this globe eggplant is we're going to take the top off and then put that in the trash. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to feel around for the top. Make sure it's off. And then next, I'm going to stand it up. I'm not going to cut it on the side because it'll roll. I'm going to stand it up. And using the bridge method, I'm going to slice down the middle. Slice down the middle. Now, this is Old Faithful right there. There you have 2 halves of the globe. Now what I'm going to do is score the middle. That means knife here, one side like that, the other side like that, and then I'm going to turn it down and then just go like that. And then turn it on the other. I'm going to try to make little X's, and then turn it from upside down and go the opposite way. Now by doing this, it'll be easier to take the meat out. Now, as you can see, I scored both of the eggplants and try to make it as much as I can as, making X's out of it, going from one side to another. And I also put lines on the side, so which will use as a guide. Now, what you want to do at this point, you want to turn it upside down. And I'm going to get Old Faithful. We're going to move this one to the side. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to hold it down with this, and I'm going to just put holes all into the skin. Reason why I'm holding it down with a spatula is because for my safety, since I can't see it, I don't want to take the risk of cutting myself. So that one is done, And we're going to do the same thing to this one. We're going to hold it down so it doesn't move, and then you want to just poke holes all the way through it. So this helps it cooks evenly and also releases all the juice that will come as it's baking. Now what you want to do is take some oil. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons of oil on this. You want to get it nice and slick. You want to get some pepper. And we're going to use some kosher salt to put on the skin. And then next we're going to flip it over. Ooh, slippery. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. Make sure I get nice and have oil on it. Salt and pepper. Okay. Well, if you get kosher salt, you gotta need to be careful because it could become a little salty. So, you know, everything is to its taste, to your taste. And next, we're going to turn them over. We're going to put them in a 425-degree oven for 15 to 25 minutes. So let them cut down. And then we're going to flip it over and let it cook again for another 15 minutes. So while that's cooking, we're going to start on something else. Here we go with Kite Hill. Kite Hill is an almond and cashew milk based sour cream. It tastes just as sour as regular sour cream. I love this brand. They have a lot of different things that they have, like ricotta, cream cheese, dips that really taste like milk. Remember, everything that I do is dairy free. I have a milk allergy, so everything that I have to do must be dairy free. Now next, we're going to add some garlic to it. Just minced garlic, nothing special about it. Packed in water, and we want always packed in water for me. Some people like it packed in oil. Next, we're going to put some dill in it. Just some regular dill, which we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of dill for this. And then also the other player is parsley. Now you hear that beeping? That is the eggplants. So let me go check the eggplants, and then I'll come right back and we'll put the sauce. All right, here we go. You need a 1/2 cup of sour cream, the sour cream that I was telling you about, the Kite Hill. You want to just scrape it all in there, get all that goodness, yummy, yummy, yummy in there. Okay, we'll put that to the side. Next, you're going to get your garlic. You're going to put like a 1/2 teaspoon. So I got a 1/4 teaspoon I'm working with. So 2/4 is a 1/2. I'm going to put that in there. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to get a 1/4 teaspoon of dill, and you're going to put that bad boy right up in there. Okay. And next, you're going to do salt and pepper to taste. So I got some cracked black pepper here. Got the kosher salt that we're still working with. I'm going to put it in there. And I love sour cream. Sour cream, I could put sour cream on everything. And then now, we're going to put a pinch of that parsley in there. About a teaspoon of parsley. And then we're just going to mix it up. And there you go. Simple sauce to put on it to make it delicious and also to elevate your eggplant. Now, while the eggplant is still cooking, I gave it a couple more minutes, say about 5 to 8 minutes. And then now what we're going to do when we flip it over, I'm going to show you what it looks like. When we flip it over, we're going to start the chicken. All right? Hang on tight. Let's go. All right, now we're coming to the second part and the best part of this. We're going to make the crispy chicken. You want to make sure that you have about, I would say 2-3 tablespoons, and then you're going to continue to add more oil because remember, ground chicken does not have a lot of fat. It retains a lot of water, but it doesn't have a lot of fat. So you're going to cook it until you cook the water out. So this is about a pound of chicken. And what I'm going to do, break it down and do one single layer of this chicken, and then I'm gonna turn it over. All right. Now, as you can see, it's starting to get crispy, and you want to break it up. You want to make sure you're breaking up all the chicken. I use a spatula, and I use a good old cast iron skillet. As you can see, the smoke, it looks delicious. I want to continue to scrape up all these bits. This is where the crispy bits come in from. The wooden spoon didn't work in this one. So, alright, now let's put everything to the side, to one side, and let it cook. Continue to scrape, continue to scrape, continue to also, as you continue to scrape, you want to continue to break it up. You know, chicken needs to be 165, anything brown needs to be 155. Alright, so we got that going on there. Next, we're going to put some more oil. I told you we're going to be adding some more oil to this. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the onions. Get all your onions in there. And what we also going to add is more garlic. You want to get the garlic in there as well. You want to saute it. Get your garlic. All right. You got those two things working together. Get your trusty spatula and work that down in there. Work those things down in there. Well, if you get a little bit of chicken in there, that's okay. That's okay. So you want to work that in there. You want to cook that. Make sure that you always hitting your thing off. Next, you want to add your mushrooms. And then give it a gentle toss or mix it up any way you can. Flip it over. Make sure everything is getting cooked. Now, what's going to happen, you know, as with mushrooms sometimes release water. So, it's going to be nice and moist. Next, you want to take half of the tomatoes that you cut. Half of the tomatoes and put in there. Now we're bumping up this recipe. Now this recipe makes enough for 4. But as you can see, I only have 1 eggplant and 2 hats. So you can cut down a recipe, or you can use this for maybe something else. If you like tacos, there you go, your crispy tacos. Crispy chicken tacos or something. But this also, by adding in more vegetables, you added in more flavor, and you can bump it up. So let's say you want to feed 6 people. Now you keep adding more vegetables and you can feed 6 people. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix all of this stuff together. We're going to mix all of this together. Scraping along the way. It's nice, good, it's hot. Tender. Spread it out. That. And then now, what you're going to do is, what I like to do, I like to put herbs in and out. I'm going to hit it with some parsley. And then I'm going to hit it with some more pepper. And salt. Hit it with some more pepper and salt. And then stir it up again and let it cook for another 5 minutes. So, as scraping along the way, make sure you continuously scrape throughout. That's what keeps it crispy. Cast iron skillet is the best thing for this, but if you don't have a cast iron, a non-stick is also good. You're just going to have to make sure to cook it extra so you can get that crispiness. So I hope you guys are digging this, because from what I'm smelling, this smells awesome. Now, you see the eggplants? The eggplants. This is the way you want the eggplants to look. And they're brown, they're gorgeous, they're cooked on both sides. Now, we're going to show you what the meat should look like, and then we're going to bring it all together. Now, here go the crispy chicken. You see the crispy chicken now, because of the mushrooms and everything that's in it, it turned it darker because it needs to be real crispy. Now, if you ask me, and you ask everybody else, because I really can't see, it looks like beef. You can fool people with it, but the taste is not beef. This is chicken. So now you've seen what the eggplants look like, and you've seen what the chicken look like. Come on and let's put it together. This is the finished product, folks. You have the eggplant, you have the crispy chicken, you have the onions, the mushrooms, the tomatoes, and you have the sauce. Now what I did, I like things a little spicy. I added some sriracha. Sriracha is my favorite. So I added sriracha to the dish. I added chili garlic sauce to the sauce, and it came out perfect. I love this. I love the way it looks. Now with you guys, you can always try your own favorites too on this. If you like it more spicy, boom, you want it a little more acidic, add a little more lemon juice. But just be creative with this. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed what you can do with eggplant, ground chicken, and some of the vegetables that you got around your house. So, tune in next time so we can make something else. Don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Talk to you later.